There's Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined once again by a good friend and apparently a big fan of Forged Irish Stout, judging by the hat, Sam Jones. I hope they're paying you, Sam.
They're looking after me, mate. They're looking after me.
Keeping you in stout for as long as you need the rest of your life.
Absolutely. It's actually, you know what, Danny? I don't really drink, as like you know, but it's actually really nice. It's actually really nice. Little plug there.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd be Furosity next time, wouldn't it? Although Frank Warren says he loves it. I don't think he's ever drunk it, but he says he loves it.
Frank's got like a pantry full of Furiosity that he's not drank.
Yeah, it's been there for 5 years or whatever. Great stuff. Sam, it's been a very busy week in boxing. We'll talk about some of the action from the weekend, but the weekend's action was kind of preempted by two massive press conferences that took place beforehand. First, the Day of Reckoning press conference in London, and then the following day, again in London, although that's not where either of the fights will be. Fury Usyk, undisputed. Let's start with the first one. A lot of talk's been made since about Anthony Joshua and his demeanour, his mindset during the press conference. What did you make of it?
Loved it.
Yeah?
He's being himself. I like it. I think, listen, Dev was on the receiving end of it, but it was good. It was him being organic. So, like, I think he was one of the realest on the table that day. Like, he was like sitting there thinking, why is he asking me questions? Like, listen, I think Dev did a good job, by the way. I think he's doing a really good job in general. But yeah, he was on the receiving end of it. Anthony Joshua's. I like this edgy Anthony Joshua. I like him saying, Otto, Wallin, don't say these things about me and then offer me your hand. I'm going to chin you when I say. I like all this. I like this heel turn, Anthony Joshua. I like it. Got a lot of time for it, Danny.
The John Cena heel turn we never got. It's Anthony Joshua instead.
Yes. Yeah, I can. The John Cena heel turn that probably should have happened.
Yeah.
But never did. But now we're getting it towards that latter stage. It's more of a Hulk Hogan heel turn. This is, Danny.
Oh, this is the NWO, the formation of the NWO. Ben Davison leads me neatly into my next thing. Ben Davison's the Eric Bischoff, apparently, in this.
Ben Davison's pretty much the even though he's a Chris, even though I call him Chris Jericho, he is the Eric Bischoff in this.
Yeah, so what of that link up? We know that AJ's going to be based over here in the UK. It's not far for him to go. I think that's what.
Danny, hold just 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds. Sorry.
So we're back here with Sam Jones. Just got another crate of Forged Irish Stout off the back of the van. Legally, I should point out. We were just talking about the link up between Anthony Joshua and Ben Davison for this fight with Otto Wallin. And Tyson Fury was asked about it, and he said, yeah, it works. I mean, he's local or something like that, which I thought was quite a good way of putting it because Ben's in Harlow, AJ's Watford. But what do you make of it? Only 6 weeks to work together, but they've already been doing some bits and pieces. And going back to Derrick James, apparently, for the next one.
From my understanding is AJ used to and Ben have been having backwards and back and forth for a while now. See, me personally, Danny, I prefer AJ with Ben rather than Derrick James. And before people again say Ben is, no matter what anybody says about Ben, right? Chris Jericho, he's a proven coach now. He's a proven coach. He's not this person that's boxer size. Yeah, you'd have all the digs and like. He's a proven coach. I like that move for Anthony Joshua because let's be perfectly honest. Has AJ really set the world on fire since being with Derrick James? No. I prefer this. I prefer AJ with Ben than Derrick James. And that's not saying Derrick James is not a good coach because he clearly is. I just think that I like it. I like that move for AJ.
Why do you prefer Ben? What is it? Is it a style thing?
Don't know. I just think that AJ's an overthinker, right? It doesn't take a genius to see AJ as a serial overthinker. Ben has Lee Wiley that does hours and hours of tapes and the foot. You know how they work. It's all like, this is what you have to do. Look what he is doing. This is what you have to do. It's very new school way of doing things. Ben and Lee Wiley, up to date way of doing it, and I think AJ will like their methods. That's just what I think. I could be wrong, but that's just how I see it. I think it's a good move for Anthony Joshua, and I think But if that's what you're going to do, don't then go have a good performance with Ben or a mediocre performance with Ben and then go back to Derrick James and then move. Go all in. Go all in. It's a good move.
All in against Wallin. Nice, I like it.
Well, listen. With Wallin, I still think they're all not nuts doing that fight.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, that's just again, I'm just trying to keep it real, Daniel. But that's just my opinion. I think it's a bit of a mad move to fight someone like Wallin. However, I do still think AJ's the favourite, but it's a potential banana skin, that fight. He's a South. We've been through this on the last interview, but I just think slightly nuts taking that fight. But I like the move with Ben Davison, and good luck to them all. I genuinely hope it's a successful partnership.
You said AJ's a serial overthinker. The fact that he's changed trainers quite a few times now, does that not feed into that narrative that he maybe doesn't know what he wants?
I don't know, because listen, when I was with Joe Joyce, we changed trainer. We changed trainer quite a little bit, but that was, I don't know. It worked for Joe at the time. There was
an issue with Salas not being available for a period.
Yeah, there was issues, but listen, they went to Booth. A few successful fights with Booth, and then he went to was it Abel? Yeah, it was Abel Sanchez.
He actually had any fights with Booth. I think they were together for a while, but they never had a competitive fight together.
He had two with Booth.
Okay.
Yeah, Ustinov and Bryant Jennings.
Okay, they were with Booth. All right. I stand corrected. I'm trying to tell Joe Joyce's former manager what Joe Joyce was doing.
Yeah.
Not sure why I went down that road.
You had me thinking then. You actually had me thinking. I was like thinking, what the fuck?
I think I'm thinking of Dubois and Mark Tibbs, actually.
Dubois and Mark Tibbs.
They never had an actual fight together.
Yeah, that was it. Yes, Dubois was training with Mark Tibbs. Should have stayed with Mark Tibbs, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's another story.
That's a story for another day. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's a story for another day. But yeah.
So we've got AJ changing trainers a number of times. Doesn't worry you too much, but you'd like to see this one be permanent. What about Otto Wallin, though? Because he'll be looking at this and AJ changing trainers, only having a short period of time.
He'll be trying to take as much. Otto, if you're Otto Wallin, you're looking at AJ's last two performances. Listen, I know he cleaned out Hellenius, but he was underwhelming until that actually happened. Then his fight before that against Franklin wasn't very exciting, wasn't the best. It wasn't horrific like everyone was saying it was and giving him loads of stick. It just didn't set the world on fire. Wallin's in form. Do you know what I mean? He's just beating a very, very good fighter in Murat Gassiev, who punches. I've seen Gassiev spar. He is an animal and he punches outrageously hard. So Wallin will be galvanized by all of this, and he'll be thinking, he's moved trainers again. This is the best time to get AJ. I'm not so sure. I think Wallin will cause AJ a few problems, but like what I say, I expect AJ to win the fight, definitely. But I just think that if AJ performs how he did against Franklin, he could come unstuck. But if Ben gets the best out of AJ, then AJ will win the fight.
And you feel, just to go over what we already said, Ben's more likely to get the best out of AJ than Derrick James at this point?
I think so. I think so, yes. And I think so, yeah.
A lot of people have said it's a good move to bring Ben in because he was in Tyson Fury's corner when he fought Otto Wallin, but it wasn't Fury's best night.
I wouldn't read into that too much. I wouldn't read the fact he's been with Tyson Fury, knows Otto Wallin. Everyone can see what Otto Wallin does, and like what he does, he's a bit naughty on the inside. He uses his forearms. He's a dirty fighter, but he's very physical, isn't he?
Rough and tough.
Yeah, rough and tough. He's a rough and tough. So it doesn't take the fact that Ben's experienced in dealing with Wallin, because any coach can kind of watch that fight or see Wallin's previous performances and see that, okay, he's a tough night's work. I think I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm intrigued by it. I really am.
And I think AJ helped get people excited. Poor Dev got caught in the crossfire, but I think people want to see that kind of killer instinct in AJ just directed towards his opponent. And we saw that a bit in the face-off. But then the next night, following on from, it was almost kind of a bit of after the Lord Mayor's show, because although Fury Usyk is the first ever undisputed fight heavyweight in the 4-belt era, it was following on from a mega card that's got loads of good fights on it, but still attracted a lot of attention in its own right. Usyk, as we've always seen, quirky, calm, didn't let too much fluster him. I'm not sure how honest it is about how much he understands of what Tyson Fury's saying during those press conferences. I think he understands a lot more than some say.
Dossa.
Yeah, I think he knows what those words are. Yeah, I think we all do. But what did you make of Fury's kind of approach? Because a lot of people say same old, but some are saying he might have been a bit rattled.
Look, I don't think Tyson likes criticism, but who really likes criticism? Do you know what I mean? Like no one enjoys criticism. I think that Tyson's listen. What happened with Ngannou would have probably dented his ego a little bit, and he'll feel like he has a point to prove in the next fight. That's why I think that it's not necessarily a good thing for Usyk what happened in the Ngannou fight. Like I say, I give Tyson the benefit of the doubt in that fight. I think he had a terrible night, and I think we'll see the best of him in this next fight. We'll have to, otherwise he's going to lose. It's as simple as that. If he performs like that against Usyk, there's only one winner. But no, I'm not so sure he's rattled, but I think that would have affected him. But yeah, let's see. I'm looking forward to the fight. It's a long time coming. Undisputed fight. It's not happened for years. So really looking forward to that fight.
If the Ngannou performance has, let's say, knocked his confidence a little bit, what does he tell himself to build himself back up for Usyk? Does he tell himself there are problems in camp, a bad night, different style completely? You know, what does he say?
I don't know. I don't know. Listen, he was unorthodox, wasn't he, Ngannou? He shaped up well, but he was unorthodox. Did Tyson really take it seriously? I don't think so. He'll probably say differently. And to be fair to Tyson, this is giving him a lot of credit here. He didn't make any excuses after the fight. He didn't, did he? He didn't say, "Oh, my shoulder hurt," or I didn't train, blame the trainer. He said, blame me. So I think Tyson, he gets his critics at the moment. A lot of people are on his back, but he needs credit for basically protecting his team on that one.
Are you impressed after all the criticism Fury's had for inactivity and then fighting Ngannou, who's not a boxer, that just 3 months after that, grueling, punishing fight, he's back in for the biggest fight of his life?
No, because he's getting paid an absolute fortune. And me or you would both fight Usyk for that kind of money he's getting, Danny.
Oh, yeah, I'd fight either of them, both of them at the same time.
Correct.
It wouldn't last long, would it?
That's what I mean. So no, I don't think he needs credit for taking part in an undisputed fight for an insane amount of money. So no, I don't.
Are you surprised or pleasantly surprised that he didn't delay it for longer?
No, because I don't think it was down to his. It wasn't down to his choice. It has to be in really a season. So, and then you have Ramadan in, I think it's March. So it wouldn't have been any later than March.
Your knowledge of the Islamic calendar far exceeds mine, mate. I'm impressed. I'm not impressed by Fury delaying, but I'm impressed by your knowledge of the religion. So well done, mate.
Yeah.
Didn't think I'd be saying that today, but hey.
It is what it is.
But let's talk about the weekend just gone, because there were a couple of shows at the weekend. They kind of, I think, got overshadowed a little bit by the two massive press conferences that preceded them, but some good action still took place. Who won the weekend in your view? I guess Nathan Heaney's a strong...
Nathan Heaney won that one. Nathan Heaney will speak about this, and I tweeted about it. Listen, Danny, what cracks me up about people. I sent a tweet out this, right?
You see where this is going. Go on.
Yeah, no, I tweeted saying, Nathan Heaney, great guy. That's for sure. I've met Nathan Heaney, like Nathan Heaney.
Don't overegg the positive bit. What did you say? What else did you say?
No, I said he gets stopped by Denzel Bentley.
Right.
But it's what comes after that. People saying, "Oh, look at Sam's prediction here." Like, okay, show me your betting slip that you thought Nathan Heaney was going to put his Jimmy Grimble boxing boots on, yeah, and turn into Devin Heaney. You know what I mean? Like Nathan Heaney boxed out of his skin in that fight. What a performance. I put Harry Scarf in my accumulator, Danny, and I'll show you my betting slip. In fact, we can do that now if you want to see it. I'll show you my betting slip. I had Harry Scarf, got the whole card correct, right? I've never been so happy to lose, I think about four grand, right, in my life. Nathan Heaney took a Tyrannosaurus-sized shit on my accumulator, and I've never been happier for someone to do it, because I thought he's literally performed out of his skin, because nowhere have we seen Nathan Heaney suggest that he is capable of that performance. So all these people that say, my predictions sometimes is because I have a feeling, but sometimes I base it on the levels they've been operating at. Denzel Bentley is a European level fighter, right? Possibly he competed at world level, so really we could say fringe world level. Nathan Heaney has showed at times that he could struggle at area level.
Yep.
He's then morphed into Vasily Lomachenko and performed out of his.
Did you say Vasily Lomachenko? That's
yeah, do you like that? and then performed out of them football socks that he wears on fight night. What a performance! Sometimes we have to just think to ourselves that just take your hat off, ignore what I said, because I'm honest, I give my predictions and I thought he was going to get chinned early doors as well. He won that fight convincingly.
Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah, all of that. That's a nice one, Danny. Well done.
Thanks,
Teahino Lopez. That one didn't go
better.
down very well. Yeah, Teahino Lopez. But no, give him his Stoke fight on a Tuesday night for banter against Janabek. We'll see if Janabek can do it on a Tuesday night, wet, cold night in Stoke at the Britannia Stadium, or whatever they call it nowadays, the Bet365 Stadium.
Is this because he lost you money? You're trying to get him killed? No,
absolutely not. Like what I said, I've never been happier for someone to shat on my accumulator the way he did. Danny, hat off to him, tip my hat to him. Nathan Heaney, you legend, what a performance. And I hope he earns a fortune in his next fight, because he deserves it, Danny.
Who else do you feel stood out over the weekend? We had Nick Ball, Tyler Denny, obviously Harry
Scarf. I'm gonna give Harry Scarf a massive shout, because I've been training next to Harry in David Lloyd. He's trained so hard, and shout out to Kurt Gibbons getting him in the shape of his life. Clifton Mitchell, in my opinion, I know he won a world title with Sandy, but I genuinely believe that was his biggest win ever as a coach, because it's his first British champion. He's dethroned a champion that has defended the belt 5 times. He's number 4 or 5 in the world. Solid champion. And Harry Scarf tore up tore up the script, and he went in there and did his job, and he won well. So big shout out to Clifton Mitchell. I'm very happy with for him, because that was a huge win for Clifton as well as Harry and the whole One Nation gym. And listen, I'm proud to be from Derby, and it's a huge win for Harry and the city. Massive win.
And just some of those other guys, because I know you're East Midlands, but someone from the West Midlands had a good performance as well on Saturday night. Tyler Denny up in Wolverhampton. What did you make of that?
Didn't watch it, but I've met Tyler Denny a couple of times. Lovely guy, good story, and I'm absolutely delighted for him.
And Nick Ball, absolutely going to war with a former world champion.
I think it was one of those fights where it was a competitive, one-sided fight, where Dogba is in the fight at all times, but he's just coming off second best every round. I didn't give him a round against Nick Ball. I thought Nick Ball was outstanding, and Paul Stevenson, his coach, deserves a lot of credit, because he's a fantastic coach.
Now let's look ahead to this weekend, and I know this is a fight that's pretty close to your heart. Chantel Cameron rematch with Katie Taylor, and let's not mince words. Does Chantel Cameron end the storied career of Katie Taylor on Saturday night?
Like what I've said before, Katie Taylor for me is the greatest female fighter of all time, right? And like I say, and I call her great, because it's not just about how you are inside the ring, it's how you are outside the ring, how you carry yourself. She carries herself with dignity and class, and I think she's incredible. I think she's an incredible person, incredible fighter, but there's a big but. Chantel ends the story this week. The fight, in my opinion, wasn't even close last time. I know one of the judges had it a draw. Was it a draw? I don't know. It was close.
I think so. Like majority.
I think Chantel beats Katie Taylor this week, and I think that's the end of that. However, you can never write off someone as great as Katie Taylor. You can never do that. That's just my opinion. I always thought Chantel had the better of Katie Taylor. I was right in the last one. Could be wrong this time, but looking forward to it.
Do you think Katie packs it in if she does lose to Chantel again?
Yes, because Katie Taylor isn't one of those people that wants to box anything at any kind of level other than the highest possible level. So I don't know Katie personally. I've met her once, but I'm just speaking from how she comes across and she carries herself. She wants to be involved in the greatest nights. And if she loses to Chantel Cameron, I suppose she could have a rematch with Amanda Serrano, but I think she'll probably call it a day.
And with that in mind, and putting your friendship with Chantel to the side for a moment, would you have preferred it, or would it have been better if Katie had retired on a high after beating Serrano in that fight?
Hindsight's a beautiful thing, Danny. Hindsight's a beautiful thing. I think it would have been a shame for Katie Taylor to retire and not experience the ring walk she got in that arena last time out. I think she needed to be celebrated by her Irish supporters that have followed her all around the world and supported her through the amateurs. So, no, I don't think that would have been a good idea. Listen, she didn't get smashed to pieces. She just got outfought a little bit in that last fight. And the younger, stronger girl won the fight. There's no shame in that, Danny. Do you know what I mean? There's no shame in that. But from what I've seen of Chantel in this camp, she's ready to put on a display in this fight. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the fight. And listen, as I say, just because I think Chantel beats Katie Taylor doesn't mean I don't respect Katie Taylor. I can't speak of Katie Taylor in any higher regard. I think she's amazing. She's trailblazer for women's sport in general, not just boxing. She's amazing. But I just think she's going to come unstuck again against Chantel. But could be wrong.
Yeah, for everyone watching, ready to tweet if you are wrong.
Yeah. Like the Nathan Heaney thing. Sam, look at him. He's got it wrong here. Nathan Heaney. See his prediction with Nathan Heaney. Yeah, show me your fucking better slip, you dickheads.
Brilliant. Just before I let you go, on that subject of the big show in Dublin at the weekend, not the big show, not Paul White, he's not in Dublin as far as I know, but the big boxing show. You've got that, and then 2 weeks later, you've got Belfast with Mick Conlan as well.
Week after.
Or is it the week after? So within 8 days.
I was gonna go to Dublin this week, but I thought, go to Dublin and then come back and then go straight back to.
Well, don't go back. Don't come back in the middle.
You have to, and you've got my kind of. I mean, you've got my kind of obligations, Danny. You've got to. You've got to
be there to sign for the packages of Irish Stout, ain't you?
Yeah, exactly that. So no, then back to Belfast, which I'm really looking forward to. I think it's what a card in Belfast. There's some amazing fights, isn't there, on that show? So really looking forward to it. Cameron's got as I say, really looking forward to I'm really happy to get Cameron on that show. So as I say, thank you very much to Matchroom for sorting that.
And Irish boxing back on the up again, not obviously in the ring necessarily.
They need some big wins. They need some big wins. Who have we got? Taylor against Cameron. Because I think, listen, business perspective, let's be honest, it's better for Matchroom if Katie Taylor wins. Let's just call it how it is. Is that going to happen? I don't think so. I sounded like Kevin McAllister then. I don't think so. But no, I don't think that's going to happen. A Jarko against Troy, 50-50 fight. Gary Cully, how's his confidence after his last performance in Ireland? He's not got a walkover against Reece Mould. Who have we got? We've got the Carty Party on there. He's an up-and-coming Irish heavyweight. Really like Thomas Carty, by the way. Shout out Thomas Carty. Looking forward to watching box. Who we got? Sean McComb against Maxwell. McComb's the favourite in that fight. Lewis Crocker against Tyrone McKenna. I really rate Lewis Crocker. Tyrone's up against it, but listen, Tyrone's my friend, so I love.
But they're both Irish. So that's an Irish win either way, isn't it?
No, well, they are, but Crocker's he's a Rangers supporter. No, yeah, Crocker's a Rangers supporter. Tyrone McKenna's a Celtic supporter, so it's a big clash. No, so that's what I mean. So Irish, after the last Irish card, and Irish boxing needs a big couple of weekends there. a really big couple of weekends. Look, Mick Conlan against Jordan Gill. Listen, if Jordan Gill was boxing against any other guy, I'd be wanting Jordan Gill to win. I love Jordan Gill, but he's boxing my mate. So I see Mick Conlan winning that fight. But look, that's what I mean. Irish boxing needs 2 big weekends. That's what I'm getting at before. I'm kind of blabbing on a bit there. But
It's fine. We like you
Irish
blabbing on.
Irish boxing needs a big 2 weeks, Danny.
And just before I do let you go, just for our younger viewers out there, and with Christmas coming quite soon, just explain who Kevin McAllister is.
Kevin McAllister is a mythical character played by Macaulay Culkin in the greatest 2 Christmas films of all time, Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2. I'm personally a Home Alone. I like Home Alone 2. I still prefer. I know that's if you did a poll, I think people would prefer Home Alone 1. They'd say Home Alone 1, but I just love
Home Alone 1's classic, but Home Alone 2's maybe a bit more memorable, more associated with Christmas. Tim Curry's in the second one, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
The hotel concierge or whatever.
And John Candy was in the first one. What a legend he was, by the way. But yeah, so yeah, if you've not watched Home Alone, there's something wrong with you, and I would report your parents.
There you go. So kids, if you're watching, don't get in trouble with social services. Make sure you watch
Kevin,
Home
you're
Alone.
such a disease.
Oh, I love it. All right, Sam, really appreciate it, mate. I'll let you get back to your Irish stout. It's probably, a few years worth still to drink.
Danny, you know full well, right? I don't even drink. And you've made me look like I'm a raging alcoholic on this. And you know all these dickheads that are going to comment on this saying, Sam's an alcoholic. Look, I told you.
Explains why you picked against Heaney, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, flipping it. Yeah, still. I'll have to show you my betting slip off that. He just shat on it. Do you remember when Malcolm walked past that big pile of shit in Jurassic Park and goes, that is one big pile of shit? That was my accumulator on Saturday night after naming.
That's what you were doing when you realised he was going to win.
Yeah, absolutely. I've never been more happy to lose $4,000 in my life.
Well, I've never lost $4,000, but I'll take your word for it. Cheers, mate. Take care.
Cheers,
Speak
Danny.
soon.